Hello everyone. Welcome on in. Glad to have y'all here. I hope you're having an excellent day today. Yeah, today we're gonna play some Simulacra Pipe Dreams. And not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Wow. Who did that? Dano. Welcome on in, Dano. Wowdy, it's good to see you. Hello, friend. My Twitch is still being a little weird today, but not as weird as yesterday. So I hope everything works okay. Please be patient. I have autism. Yeah, we're playing a spooky game today. Yeah, I did pin a message. Okay. Thank you for the head pats, Gano. Thank you. Yeah, today we're playing a spooky game, and I'm a little bit nervous because I am a weenie. But it's gonna be okay. I'm also kind of excited, so I got this. It'll be okay. I have y'all to hold my hand. Yes. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're having a great weekend. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I guess we should hop into the game. I just want to stall because I am nervous. Y'all know how it'd be. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say. I might have to go up and like make a drink at some point because it's a lot of reading and my throat might get dry. I'm doing okay. Not sure how long today's stream will be because I'm feeling kind of meh. But overall, I'm doing okay. How are you doing, friend? Hope you're having a great weekend. It's Saturday, right? Yeah, it is Saturday. Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I take a sippy sip. It's okay. I'll be alright. It's just kind of meh, you know? I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes you're just meh. But yeah, I'll be okay. I am excited to stream for y'all. And how about we hop over to the game scene? Let's do that. Whee! And I'll pause the tunes and open up the game. Mostly just woke up properly. Oh, fair. Very fair. We go in dark mode for this. Go away, Spotify. Nothing's playing right now. Hello? I might turn the game up one notch. I'll adjust it as we play, because it might get really loud at some points. The game's kind of like that. But yeah, we're back to Simulacra. Who remembers when I played Simulacra? Back with my V-Roid. Crazy. It's been so long. But yeah, this is a free sequel. It came out in between the first and the second game. So we're gonna play this one before we play the second one, because that's the order they came out in. You remember? True fan, Dano. You're a true fan. Oh, I'm nervous. My hands are sweating. I'm not ready for the jump scares. Also, you have my mouse visible for this, because my wife suggested it. So yeah, you get to see when I get scared and I fling my mouse. Ah! I remember. Yes. We remember. Oh yeah, oh hold on. I need to tab out for a sec. in case you can't see the pinned message, hold on, I can't send a message. There we go. Check out the trigger warning for this game because much like the first one, it will involve flashing lights and jump scares. So if that's not really your vibe, you might want to sit this one out. And no shame in that. There wasn't a Does the Dog Die page for this game, so unfortunately I don't have a comprehensive list of triggers, but I will update that command as we find out more, because I know nothing about this game. Oh, I know a little bit, but nothing like spoilers or anything. But yeah, let's stop stalling. Let's begin.
Hello?
I'm so dark. Flappy Bird. Yeah, flashing lights. Alert. Gross. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay. Yeah, agreed. New bird game, very addictive. Is this the video we just watched? Yeah, it is. Look at this video of Flappy Bird. What do you think? Tell me what you see. I see Flappy Bird. That is weird. This is what happens to you if you fail. You are my friend. No, my best friend. I'm flattered. I don't know. I'm pouring my heart out here. Oh, shit. Teddy, what do you want, buddy? I think you need to go back to the game. Don't you see it? It wants you now. I've seen this before. What are you talking about? I just sent it. This is what happens to failures. I'm a failure. I don't want to drag my friend too. No, my best friend. This is too familiar. Can we stay on topic here? I'm pouring my heart out here. Heart out here. I can't talk. I'm hoping you care about me enough to do this. There's no other way. Oh. You have to stay away. I am done talking to you. You need to go back to the game. I know you're listening. Shut up. What is going on? Just keep playing. Go away. Okay, this is about the point that I played up to make sure this game actually worked in my OBS. So from now on, I'm going in blind. Oh. There isn't much time. Saved. Okay, what's going on here? Damn, we can go real far back. Blah, 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 blah. This guy's too hard on himself. Okay. You don't make a lot of money. It be like that. I feel that. Excuse me. He's a gamer. I can relate. Oh, we got an interview. It went well. That's good. And here are the messages from today, I believe. The recent ones. Ugh, did you see Jeremiah's profile pic? He's such an ass kisser. Even showed up at that interview in some fancy ass suit. Like, who are you trying to impress? I think employers will look at you as a person. Being top student helps too, am I right? Totally true. Right? I know you get me. Anyway, sorry for ranting. Kinda nervous waiting on the job. Also, look, it's... Oh. Oh crap, they replied. It went to my spam? Did I just hear a voice say something? That was creepy. With Iris. Look. Iris. Stop! Let me reply. I need to talk to chat, okay? Son of a bogger's sloppy butthole. Good God, I can't believe I read that out loud. Oh. Okay, that was something behind me for sure. Nani. I'm sure you did your best. Still not good enough for some people. Thank you for your application. Unfortunately, we decided to go for a candidate who's a better fit. That's the fucking worst, isn't it? I'd like to put my foot up their guts.
Vsauce, Michael.
Hello, Tech. Welcome in, friend. It's good to see you. I'm getting spooked right now. Getting spooked. I just heard some laughing in my ear a few seconds ago. It was really creepy. But hoy, I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. I'd like to put my foot up their guts. Maybe that fits. Ah, hello, Iris. Welcome on in, friend. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the spooky game zone. Oh. Chat's lagging. Yeah, Iris, you're in the game. You're in the game again. Look, you're our OS or whatever. Iris. I think we can go. Yeah. Iris memos. Always watching. Okay. You'll get it next time, buddy. You got this. Yeah. Next time. Next life. I'm sick of putting myself out there anymore. Keep getting rejected like yesterday's dirty laundry. ... Feels like I'm worth jack shit to these guys. Predictable, oh gosh. Forget about them. They can suck my ass. You're right. Why am I so uptight about this? Let's move on to something less sad. Okay. I need your help. You're the only one I can rely on right now. Tell me what it is first. Maybe. Nothing dodgy, of course. I need some eggs. You can come over to get some. He's gonna egg his fucking boss, isn't he? Oh, haha, sorry, context. I need some currency for a mobile game. Egg! In this one, they call them eggs. I don't play mobile games. What? Oh, that's right. You should expand your mind a little more. It's a game called Flappy Bird. I'm so close to tasting the high score and I just need some eggs to savor it. This game has a way of making me feel good when I do. Sounds like a ripoff. When was the last time you played a truly original game, Mr. Fancy Pants? If the copy is just as good or even better than the original, why condemn it? This is the only good thing I have going for me right now. And it'll mean so much to get this one small break. And the best part, it's free. I don't know. Come on. Come on, come on. Don't be a square in my field of dandelions. Besides, you know how my life is at the moment. A bottomless pit of misery. Still sitting around waiting for a job. Still in a semi-dying relationship. Still a loser. Oh. You're not a loser. Good God. Don't patronize me. Okay? I know your life is just peachy, but spare me the condensation. Condescension. Condensation. Whoa, sorry, went off track. So, may I have my eggs now, please? Ah! Did you see it? I need to adjust my chair. Hold on. Oh. I'm not sure. Okay. I'll never force you. If you change your mind, it only takes a few seconds to download from the link. I'm sending it soon. Just install it and I'll get those sweet, juicy eggs. Gross. Can I play it too? That would be even better. Give it a whirl. It's really fun. See how far you can go. Flappy Bird. Download for iris.os. Okay. Flappy Bird dreams of adventure across the big blue sky, sailing along without a care in the world. But Flappy really needs to get to a bathroom, and quick. What the hell? Help Flappy achieve his dreams of relief now. Just tap the screen to make Flappy fly away from the lingering sense of dread of living a meaningless existence. P Games Ltd. Yeah, let's download it. Fingerprint required. Here you go. Here you go, Iris. Here's all my information. It's a neat wallpaper. Let's check Jabber. Oh, I got an achievement. Yippee! Identity stolen. Caffeine is good. Promotes brain cell growth. Excellent. Did you know caffeine is basically nerve poison? Huh? Yippee! Yippee! Okay. Go back. These all my apps. Let's open Flappy Bird. Allow Flappy Bird to show non-stop ads all the time? No. No. Oh, fuck, I hit accept. It got me. Oh.
Stop what you are doing and check out this camera. Ever want to be a ninja foxer? Run on wall?
The fuck was that? Okay, let's play. I'm not very good at Flappy Bird, just so y'all know. Fuck! 1. Excellent. Fuck off, Teddy, I'm busy. Fuck off, Teddy, I'm making piss. I'm gonna get jump scared so bad, aren't I? Oh, that's a really low one. Fuck. Pissed everywhere. 10. Very nice. Oh wait, no. I wanted to go and check my messages. Shoot. Guess I'm stuck playing more Flappy Bird. Yeah, oh, there we go. I don't know what's going on, Dano. Check my messages. Hey, thanks for the eggs. How's FB treating you? I keep dying. Oh, poor thing. Don't blame me if you suck at this game. Perhaps you need some help. The game has competitive mode. Oh no. Oh god. Fucking ad.
Stop what you are doing and check out this game. Ever want to be a ninja foxer? Run on walls like a ninja. Destroy your
watch
enemies
it. There's a
like
skip
a
ad
ninja.
thing there, but
Compete with your friends like a ninja. What you waiting for? Get this game without regrets before launch.
Ninja Foxu, available on early access.
awesome. It's going to change your listless little world. It's the key to greatness. What's so great about it? It's the same game, but bigger and badder, only with plenty of cool features. It's called Royale Mode. There's a leaderboard where you can compete with other people and see who's the best. That's it? Hang on. I'm getting there. You'll get access to the sweet power-ups to get an edge in the competition or just for personal achievement. Just watch ads or share the game with your contacts to earn eggs to buy power-ups. Easy peasy, right? Like throwing a baby bird out of its nest. Good God. I hate watching ads. Hello? Sounds annoying. I don't want to watch ads. It's a free game. I mean, do you really want to pay for something if you don't have to? This way everyone wins. Yeah, throwing a baby bird out of its nest? What the hell? That's fucked up. You watch ads, they're happy you're playing. Win-win. That doesn't make any sense. Try it for yourself. If you don't like it, just walk away. No strings attached. Stop giggling in my ear. This is creepy. Something spooky is going on. I don't want to play Royale Mode. Iris!
I love jumping and shooting, so obviously I should only play games about jumping and shooting.
No ad. No, Iris, stop showing me ads. Mail. Hold on, I'm busy. Can I actually type? Oh, sick. Age. Other. How many hours do you spend on mobile games in a day? No. It was my weight. Why do you need to know that? I don't want to answer. Whatever. Pick the lowest. You'll never know. Ad time. perhaps. How many cigarettes do you smoke in a day? 1 to 3 packs? I smoke less than that. And I don't smoke cigarettes, so no. I don't know why I answered it like that. How many glasses of alcohol do you drink in a week? None. How often do you put your seatbelt in the car? Always. How often do you engage in risky sexual behavior / illegal drugs? Never. Processed food or fast foods? Yeah. Royale mode unlocked. Okay, hold on. I need to check my email. Daddy, stop emailing me. Yeah, right? They're just collecting everything. It's like TikTok. SIMULACRA should make a game about TikTok.
That was just a stroll in the park. I'm just gonna crank it up a bit.
The fuck is Maxwell? I'm busy, Maxwell. I'm busy pissing.
Oh, running low on eggs? There's more at the shop. Going the full Monty really paid off.
Egg. Oh my god, that's really flashy. Oh, I get notifications every time someone tweets. That's annoying. Why would you want that? Let's play. I don't want more eggs. I don't give a shit.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's see if you can get past this.
Oh, bug.
Need some assistance to win?
Fuck.
How about using the makes? Winner, winner, chicken fingers.
Were the first letters in that every line in that email bold? Yes, they were. I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Check in and check it again. Yeah, RJFBR4. Very sus. I don't know what's going on. Teddy really fucking likes this game, damn. So Matcha, how's Royale mode looking? What's with the weird voice? Oh, hold on, let me... There we go. That's just the in-game guide. Soothing, isn't she? The eggs store can help you out, too. I don't need eggs to win. We'll see how far you go without them. Haha. Anyway, they're worth the gratification of beating someone else down. Someone else's score, I mean. Being number 1 is a rush like nothing else. Excuse me. I'm not that competitive. Raro. Yes, soothing. So soothing. Okay. Yeah, sure, buddy. You're not a loser. You're fine. Ah! Iris!
Oh, I'm a cute little cat astronaut. Ooh, oh, can I hit them?
Get the fuck out of here. Not you, Iris. You are good. Iris OS. Bad. Yeah, what the fuck, Iris? If you ever beat him at the second game, he's gonna lose it. Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, what the fuck, Iris? Welcome, Tiberius Tibbs. I'm sorry, I said your full name. Welcome in, Tibbs. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's tiring. I'm so tired of people. Like, I tried fitting in and it didn't work. Like, everyone's got it all figured out, and I didn't get the memo. You'll figure it out. It's okay, buddy. Will I, though? I'm not sure it hasn't worked so far. It will never work. Pardon me, my insecurities were showing. Haha, what was I saying? That's right, you're too chicken to measure your worth against my score. This game is getting into your head. No, you are getting in my head. I don't need you to tell me what is good for me. The score is all the proof I need. The score is all that matters anyways. 4 new posts. Okay. Guess I have to play more of this fucking game. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we're playing Flappy Bird. It's a bird that pisses everywhere. And when I die, there's a creepy lady that talks to me and makes it harder. Or when I get past this point.
Oh, boring. Time to up the challenge.
I'm never gonna make it through this. No.
Have you tried spending your eggs? Do you
Fine.
want to do better?
Buy 100 eggs for just 100 hours of your life. Oh god, it says how many hours I have left. Yeah, what the hell?
Excellent choice.
Something's going on. Something fishy is going on here. I'm gonna get so cracked at Flappy Bird.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's see if you can get past this.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
A magical treat awaits you upon your triumphant finish.
A magical treat? Oh, fuck that.
Have you tried spending your eggs?
Yeah. Spent my eggs. Fuck! Revive. I'm addicted to mobile games. Don't let me touch Genshin Impact.
Need some
Fuck!
assistance to win? Ooh, wow, you really gutted that fish whole.
Eggs! Fuck, I still haven't beat him. Yeah, let's watch an ad. Fine, I'll watch a fucking ad.
I'm gonna beat you. Not if I beat you first. Oh no, I'm stuck in a whirlpool.
Drink some coffee while I watch this.
No! Now's my chance. Take this. That's 2 out of 3. Game on.
All arena, play with friends or play with yourself.
POS. Eggs.
Don't let all that youthful spunk go to waste. Put some of them here.
250 for 250 hours of my life. YOLO.
Life on something, it doesn't count as wasting.
Wait, they only gave me 200. Hmm. I'm so focused, you guys.
Oh, boring. Time to up the challenge.
Skipping it.
Oh,
Fuck.
running low on eggs. There's more at the shop. I promise you're going to be full of beans.
Full of
After
beans?
you're done.
Is that like a British thing? Not fucking doing this. It was 200 eggs for 250 hours?
Need
Ah,
some
I can't
assistance
read.
to win?
Thank you,
Try
Dana.
using them eggs.
I could swear it was 250. Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. You're bloody amazing.
Oi, bruv, it's Tuesday, innit? Let's watch another ad. Show me a good ad, Iris.
Alright, what am I doing with this? Is that a portal? Okay, I'm going
Is
to-
this Portal?
I like the smell of napalm in the morning. Shiver my timbers, yo!
Triggered.
Serve the public trust. You think you got me? Yeah, Ninja Dash!
お前はもう死んでいる。
You wanna know what time it is? It's high noon, mother...
Oh, God.
Ooh, winning feels so good.
Paradox Bob. You're now thinking with temporal anomalies.
That was funny. The base has 70 million power in Rise of Kingdom. What the fuck? Do I have to keep playing this game? I should check on Teddy. Okay. He's offline. Okay, I just have to beat him then. Okay. What? Oh, I was one off. Matcha is die.
Welcome to the best deal.
300
of
eggs
your
for
life.
500 hours of your life.
You
Yeah.
won't regret this.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Man, I suck at this game. What is my life?
That was just a stroll in the park. I'm just gonna crank it up a bit. Tired of dying?
What?
Have you tried spending your
Fuck.
eggs? Just a little more, and you'll be gloriously rewarded.
Okay, I trust you.
Tired of dying? Have you tried spending your
I
eggs?
don't trust her. Hey, #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. Get down, 10 kills on the board right now. I'll stop. 1 egg? I'm fucking piced. Hey, hey! What the hell? I gave you a gift and you steal from me? It's all gone because of you. I didn't steal anything.
Friends share everything.
What? Something weird is going on.
Crown upside down.
OMG. I had 1 fucking egg? That's bullshit. You told me to. Oh. If I tell you to peel your skin off like a banana, you'll do it too? Wait. Wait. How are you tweeting and texting me in the same second? Did you watch any of the advertisements? Use the power-ups? Yeah, I did. Ha! I knew it. What do you want, Teddy?
How could you? You are my friend. Why are you doing this to me? You know how much this game means to me.
How's the volume on the game, by the way?
Take that away from me too?
Can I hang up on him? No, he hung up on me. What's this one? What? This is an ad of him at home. What? Hello? Oh, what is that? Do I need to use my phone? Oh, Nani? You think it sounds alright? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I'm like good at something now. You get me, right? I want to forget my old self. My worthless old self. Box drop. Hold on, let me check Twitter. Bruh, calm down. Okay. No, you're just another vulture that keeps pecking the crap out of me. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know nothing. You know nothing about pain. Perhaps you just can't comprehend what losing something feels like, with your charmed life and all. Oop, lights flickering. My life isn't perfect. You have everything I don't. Forget it. I don't want your empty, polluted words. They're completely meaningless. You have been blocked. Oh my god, just like real life. I'm just kidding. Teddy! I thought you blocked me. What do you want?
I'm sorry. I overreacted.
This guy needs
Is
some
a test of
professional help.
patience, of skill. If I can get the high score, if I can reach the top, I can always do it again.
Hold on, the scrolling is weird. It'll only let me scroll down. Oh, no, there we go. That might have just been a my mouse problem. Can I message you, Karen? What up? I wasn't expecting it to let me actually message her. I like this bird. This is a good bird. Bird. Okay. Bird up. You dropped the QR code in the server. Oh, you got it? Hold on. Let me look. Oh, thank you, Iris. I'm gonna scan that with my phone right now. You hear that? What's going on? I hear a voice. Hello, Fonda. Welcome on in, friend. It's good to see you. We're getting spooked right now. There's a QR code in the game that I'm just gonna scan with my phone right now and probably get a virus with. Open with Firefox. Yeah, welcome, friend. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, it's text. The text from the QR code says, align with our cause and reach new heights of... That's all it says. Interesting. Thank you for that, Iris. Yeah, let's go back to the game. Yes, hello, friends. It's good to see you all. I hope you're doing well. This is a spooky game, and it may have some triggering content in it, so Twitch lets me send a message. I will send the trigger warning. There we go. Heck yeah, Firefox. Firefox based. But yeah, if this game isn't for you, that's totally okay. I will see you in another stream. But if you'd like to stick around, we'd love to have you. So thank you for being here. And let's keep playing. Based on what? These nuts. I'm sorry. I got Opera GX, but Firefox is good as well. That's fair. I've heard. I don't know much about Opera, honestly. It says I'm supposed to check on Teddy, but he blocked me. So let's play more Flappy Bird. Dropping a rating? I'd love to. Shit game of the year. Okay. Game of the year, honestly. 50 eggs. Yippee! Would you share this game with your relatives, friends, and other humanoids? Yeah. 50 more eggs. Hog. I get it now. This game is lit. Flappy Bird will now update to reflect your preferences that suit us. Okay. Aw, man. That's okay. Teddy unblocked me. Bug. Oh shit, off bug. Hey, I'm top dog again. Balance in the universe has been restored. Haha, dare to knock me off my throne again? Are we still on this? Oh. Now, Matcha, don't be a sourpuss, haha. So you've been feeling it, haven't you? The warm glow of a sweet, sweet wind. And when it's taken away from you, the bottomless pit of snaking despair. I don't feel anything.
I feel nothing.
Not even a shade in the super fantastic spectrum of glorious emotions? How disappointing. Do you know what a UTI is? What it feels like? Is that a threat? Changing the subject? Ah!
Okay. Yes. Okay. There's nothing there. Okay. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, okay. Nothing. Alright. This room. Oh! There's blood on the wall. Okay. What's inside? What's inside? Oh, okay. Wait. The door is locked.
Uh-oh. What's a UTI? Fun to know.
Trapped. This ain't no escape room.
Fun. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna explain it on stream. Bad news? Yeah, it's bad news. Okay, we got an audio post. What is it?
Urinary tract infection.
There you go, Fonda.
It's the most painful sensation I've ever
Why is this so quiet?
in my life. It feels like there are tiny needles poking your insides, and when you pee, oh, it hurts real bad. It kind of trickles and drips.
I'm
down
sorry, I
your
don't know why
head.
it's so quiet.
That's how I feel right now about everyone.
You're just like the others, another prick. You seriously need help. This sounds unfun. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. I've been lucky. Haha, help? Only games have ever helped me, not people. That's crazy talk. Another useless meat sack. What would you know about loneliness and isolation, living your smug, perfect life? Gaming gave me a perfect life too, belonging. And this game is elevating me even higher. This obsession is ruining you. On the contrary, it's completing me. All my life I've been told, get good grades, get a good job, get a good life, but what if you're always not good enough? Just another loser who can't keep up and keeps falling behind. The objectively correct term is meatbag, true. Ain't we all meatbags? Preach. It makes you... Sounds like torture. Yeah, Iris ain't no meatbag. But video games? They accepted me. I wasn't too weird. I wasn't too lame. I felt wanted. Friends? MMORPGs gave me friends. I only met Jenny through playing Pocket Monsters Go. The most praise I ever got was for my aim guide for FPSs. Games helped me survive. This just got too real for me. I don't know, man. Running away when things get real. I'm a loser in life. I worked my arse off, and what do I have? Debt and desolation. Life failed me, but this game puts me in control. I'm in control. I'm a winner. Too real. For real. This is... Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, I need a sip of coffee. My throat hurts. Okay. Are you really in control? Oh. You know how things work? You know how things work now, do you? Boring. You're boring with me with your peasant talk. My plane of consciousness is beyond your reach. Don't bother engaging till you top my score, even if you can. If you even can. You gonna ignore me? Don't like the taste of your own medicine? Ha ha ha. Matcha. Excuse me. You're still a considerable rival. Being the top player means absolutely nothing without a fight. Rise up to the challenge. Beat me. 4 new posts. I have to beat him in Flappy Bird again. Why all apartments got that one lift that smells like pee? What's up with that? That's so accurate. Aloha, I have something very important to tell you, but I can't seem to remember it, lol. How silly of me to zone out like that. Anyways, I'm sure it will come back to me. Keep it real. Okay, and we have more bold letters. But it doesn't mean anything, I don't think. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Send this guy fucking spiraling again. I think I might actually take my BRB now because the game just saved. And I need to go to the bathroom. Hee hee. So yeah, I'm gonna take a BRB, rest my throat a little bit because it is hurting. And I'll see y'all in a bit. So take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Get a snack, get a drink. Yeah, BRB. Hello everyone. Welcome back. I hope y'all had a good break. Sorry I took so long. I was hanging out with my wife. I'm guilty. Guilty of wife actions. Yeah, I hope you have had a good break. I hope you grabbed a snack and a drink, and I hope you're ready to game some more. Wife. Yes, we love wife. Yeah, I'm ready to hop back into the game. We gotta beat Teddy at Flappy Bird again. And let's see what happens. If you're just now tuning in, though, this is a horror game, and there may be some triggering content ahead. Come on, Twitch, let me send a message. So please read the trigger warning, and if you decide that this stream isn't for you, that's totally okay. Yeah, I'm about to ruin some poor man's life even more. Yes, welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Waiting for the skeleton jump scare. Oh boy. Oh boy. Invite friends. I'm inviting everyone. I'm inviting everyone. Is this a joke? You're Teddy's girlfriend, right? You, not anymore. I don't want anything to do with him. I know you now. Teddy's gamer crew. Didn't he tell you we were over? Is he making you do this? He did ask me to help him. I knew it. He's using you to get to me. All day he's on that damn game. Not eating, not sleeping, not even going to the bathroom. He chose the game over me. So I dumped his sorry ass. Oh god. Oh, he jamming. He jamming. Me when the bird is Flappy. It's just a phase. Whatever it is, I don't want any part of it. Don't look up skeleton on Discord gift search. Oh god. I don't know if I even want to know. I tried to be there, but he's gone too far. I've got enough trauma as it is, so do me a favor. Don't contact me with this shit again. You've been blocked. Awesome, that went well. Yippee! Okay, let's play. I'm gaming so hard right now. I looked at the chat, I almost missed that one.
MatchaEXE are there to help you. They're practically.
Yeah, shut up. Let's go.
You're holding out on me. You really need to get your ex grumbling.
Okay.
Oh, why waste
Fuck.
your time watching ads? You can buy the extra.
Yeah. I'm just trying to beat his high score, okay? Damn it. What do you want, Teddy? I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm gaming.
A magical treat awaits you upon your triumphant finish. Buy those eggs already. Won't cost you any money.
Yeah, I know. I already bought eggs. I suck at this game. I'm just trying to beat my high score.
The eggs are there to help you.
Shut up! I just suck at this game, okay? Damn, I don't have enough to win. Oh, hell yeah, I did it.
Today,
27 egg. Okay, I need to check. I need to check things. Is the reward 1 egg again? Yeah, for sure. Magical treat being ruining your friend's life? Hell yeah, we love it. Oh, hold on 1 second. Gotta adjust in my chair again. Okay. What do you want, Teddy? Tell me, have you ever been told you were useless? I remember a time. Then you know how humiliating it is. I used to fail math a lot in school. And the teacher told me I was useless. That I wouldn't amount to anything. Singled me out in class and said I was destined to be a slave to the brighter, better kids. Why are they publicly fighting / breaking up on Twitter equivalent? Oh, you don't do that?
Stop what you are doing.
Oh, this
and
fucking
check out
ad
this
again.
gamer. Ever want to be a ninja foxer? Run on walls?
Gaslighting, girl boss, and gatekeeping. True. It was a new level of embarrassment. I showed her. I showed them all. The finals came around and I ended up getting the highest score in class. You should have seen their smug little faces. I rose up like a phoenix and incinerated everyone else. Congrats. I crushed them all. I needed to be the best. To show everyone that I am a capable human being. To show them that they are all trash, losers. It was so simple back then. Why am I losing in life right now? Things will turn around. That is a cruel teacher, yeah. Why bother with real life? Real life is rigged. Winners are sometimes neglected, unrewarded. With games, winners always win. Real life is more important. Real life can piss off. All I need to do is defend my spot and I'll get my reward. You'll see, Matcha. You'll see. 10 new posts. Beat him in Flappy Bird again. Okay. Oh. Scrolling is weird again. What is going on? Use my mouse to scroll. True, YOLO. YOLO. Eggs. So true, Karen. So true. Okay. Check Twitter. Check Flappy Bird again. I need more eggs. Buying eggs in exchange for my life.
It doesn't cost an arm and a
More
leg.
eggs.
Some of your time.
Let's
Keep
buy
going
some
to the
more
right
eggs.
place.
Yippee! Egg. Granted, life always comes down to a dice roll. True. And I rolled a natural 2, baby.
Go from 0 to a hard-boiled hero by spending your eggs.
I will. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gaming.
I promise you're going to be full of beans.
I don't
After you're done.
want to be full of beans.
Stock up your eggs and smash that pesky paywall.
I don't want to be full of beans. Don't make me full of beans.
The eggs are there to help you. They're practically free.
Don't fill me with beans. No. Smash that like button.
Just a little more, and you'll be glory ordered.
Oh, that was weird. Come on. Hey, #1 victory royale. I won't do it again. $21 eggs. Yippee! Alright, Teddy. Ah! Do you see it? Do you see my ears? Hello, Demo. Welcome on in, friend. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day today. Jetstream Sam? I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
Silence soars high.
Shit. I didn't answer and it answered for me. Better than 1 egg. True. Yeah, welcome on in, friend. It's good to see you. That's how she starts. Who is she?
There's no self in peace.
Okay, don't panic. Crap. You there? I'm here. Hey, we're doing good. Playing a spooky game, getting spooked. Having a good time, though. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, friend. Okay, so the videos. I started recording myself because I was forgetting things, like totally spacing out. Been trying to send the vid links out. You gotta find them. That doesn't explain much. It's not that simple. The game, it's weird. I'm playing it and I don't even wanna. It's like sucking me in. You feeling it too, right? Like, why are you playing still? You keep challenging me. I love you too, Demo. Thank you for stopping by. What? Heck no. Crap. I think I get it. Listen, it's not me, okay? Whatever you've been talking to, it's not me. I don't remember. Then who is it? It's like a version of me? Every time I black out, I think another part of me comes out. I played it to forget about life. But now I'm forgetting myself? So League of Legends. Don't call me out, Lito. Doing okay? Still waking up? Oh, I believe in you, friend. You got this. Look at this Flappy Bird vid. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you see. Is this the one from the start of the game? I guess we gotta watch it again. Big needle warning coming up. Right here. Hydrate? I will hydrate while we watch this. Thank you, Demo. Yeah, cozy moth. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we saw this video at the start of the game. It's the very first thing we saw. Hold on. It's over now, Lito. The needle part is over. That is weird. Okay, now we're doing this all over again. This is what happens to you if you fail. You're my friend. No, my best friend. Okay, this is exactly like the start of the game. You are too. If that's the case. God dang it! Iris!
Okay. Yes. Okay, there's nothing there.
Was that heroin? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, okay, nothing.
I guess it could have been. Stay away. I'm done talking to you. Yeah, shout out Iris. Just go away. Return to the game. I know you can hear me. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Keep playing. Go away. This sounds familiar. Perhaps you should have heeded the warning, you twit. You gotta help me, please. Ah! Hold on. Hi, Faye. Welcome on in, friend. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Oh my goodness. I really appreciate it, friend. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a good day today. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Me names everywhere. If you're just tuning into this game, it is a horror game and there may be some triggering content. So just check out this trigger warning, and if you decide you shouldn't stay, that's totally okay. But yeah, we're playing a spooky game, having a good time. Yeah, it's very good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Much love, friend. Okay. You gotta help me, please. You are so annoying. I need your help. Get destroyed, you fool. This game will eat you from the inside. It's already doing it to me. Stop playing. I'm trying to. I'm trying. He's offline. Oh god. Enough. Enough of this bollocks. Tell me, Matcha, what is your purpose in life? Be happy. Yeah, I gotta uninstall this game. It's just like Doki Doki. How quaint. And have you reached that goal? It's a work in progress. But aren't you tired of being in the waiting line? Oh. Aw, shit. He beat me again. That's okay. No matter how much you work, day in and day out, where does it all lead to? Just take it one day at a time. Oh? Uh-oh. Pointless, isn't it? But with games, now we're talking. You completed a level. You defeated the boss. You're on top of the leaderboard. Precise goals and instant highs. It's only temporary.
This pain feels permanent.
Precisely. We all need a break from the pain. I think it's time to flush out old Ted for good. Have you seen such a pathetic Muppet? Be right back. I've been blocked. Can't read that. Wait, hold on. Gotta check Twitter. Everyone's tweeting about Flappy Bird. Everyone's tweeting about Flappy Bird. Alright, well we gotta play more, I guess. I'm back. Can you spend a few minutes to tell us how you feel about the game? I might even reward you if I like your answers. Wow, I really fucked that up. But yeah, sure. How interested are you in challenging your friends to Game Showdown? So likely, dude. I'm so likely to do it. 50 egg. Mine now. Thank you. Would you like it if we had a pay-to-win feature in this game? Bitch, you already do. Yes. Consider it done. 50 eggs. Thanks. Would you prefer watching ads or paying for this game? Free. Excellent. A free game means it will hit a critical mass and soon millions of people will be exposed to this joy. 50 eggs. Yip yip. Thank you for your time. Please wait as we use your feedback to improve the game. Bye-bye. Oh. Ménage à trois. Nani? Two teddies. What is going on? I don't know, man. I'm freaking out. I'm finally taking control of your pathetic existence. Hold on. I'm gonna refresh my overlays real quick. I don't think they're updating. Oh no, I can hear the game progressing. Okay, hold on. I'm finally taking control of your pathetic existence. Now I thought we could have a nice chat, all of us. No, this isn't me. I'm not typing this. Shut up before I break your bloody fingers and stuff them into your eye sockets. I'm trying to have an adult conversation here. Oh god, I don't think it's a joke. I have much grander dreams than to deal with this level of ignorance. You're really rather daft, both of you. At least I'm a real person. Yes, how have you managed to stay alive this long, I wonder? Go suck on a chainsaw. You know you're arguing with yourself, right? He's not me. True, I'm a much improved version. Breaking your back all your life and you have nothing to show for it, not even employment. Jobs are hard to get in this economy, okay? The economy doesn't explain why you're an utter failure. I'm not. So many other people work hard and fail too. Right? Back me up here. Hard work alone doesn't solve everything. Yes, I've tried my best, okay? Sometimes things just don't go as planned. Typical bleeding heart cop-out answer. I'm not a failure, I still have friends. Ha ha ha, friends? Who? Oh my god! Hold on, I can't pause the game, hold on. Faye, thank you so much for gifting 4 subs, oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Faye. I guess we're gonna have a raffle at the end of stream. That's very exciting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Ah. Enjoy your subs, everyone. Make sure to thank Faye if you got a gifty. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm not a failure if I still have friends. Ha ha ha, friends? Who? Your left hand? Oh gosh, we're still typing. Okay, so Teddy is still arguing with himself about being a loser. That's essentially what's going on here. Free yourself. No, 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 there's still time. I can change. You can make it right again. You stay out of this. Bruh, you added me to the group chat. People never ever change. They merely keep fooling themselves that they will and call it hope. You made your choice for happiness and escape. I didn't know it would be like this. Lies. Be a man. Face up to it. Lie. In the bed you made. I don't wanna. I don't want to do this anymore. We can fight this. Okay. Okay, I got your back too. I just wanted to feel good again. I'm feeling rather spectacular. We can do this. You're not getting rid of me with simple platitudes. Says you, you poopy booger butt. Awesome. Very mature. Okay. That was jarring. I think I can think for now. Felt like I had no control, but you stuck around. Anytime. You're a good friend. You're giving me hope. I can fight this. Right? Of course. That's all I need to hear. Hang on. You didn't use ours, did you? Oh man. Uh-oh. Tell me you didn't. But it makes the game so much easier. It's made that way. Just to get you. Guess no big deal now. It looks like it stopped. I'm a beat. I'ma just take a nap, okay? You sure you are okay? This is not okay. Okay. You're ruining everything. Enough. You've interfered for the last time. Have a good lurk, Lido. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, it's a trick. Don't nap. Prepare for my final form. Oh no. Flappy Showdown. Fuck. I'm fucked. Oh, gross.
That I have overestimated you. Your continuous interference of your plonker of a friend has been grind my gears. Could have just let him be happy, but oh no, you just had to throw a spanner in the works. If you really want him so bad, then you have to fight for it.
Sure. I have to beat 70.
You little dimwit! You can beat this game without my help. Take it or leave it. Oh wow!
Oh god.
Yes, the sweet rush of human essence never gets old.
Oh, my life.
Deal is a deal.
Look at all my eggs, though.
Your new power.
Oh shit, I'm gonna die.
Reward awaits you at the end of the line. Just keep
I'm
going.
gonna die.
And you will see it very
Oh no, I'm gonna die.
An endless grind.
This is yucky. I don't like how yucky this is. Also, he's pissing blood now. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Oh shit. Yeah, he needs a doctor bad. I have 100 hours left in my life. Uh-oh. I know my life. I bought too many eggs.
Lost.
Look how many eggs I got though. I'm never gonna run out of eggs ever again. That's all I need. All I need is this game. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore, man. What the fuck is going on?
Surrender to bliss.
Okay. Come on, I gotta beat his high score. Gotta beat the high score. Gotta beat it, gotta beat it, gotta beat it.
Every day is drudgery.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, that was mean. That was really mean. Fuck. Fuck a you, Bassard. Fuck! Oh my god, I hate when it does that. Oh! Stop laughing at me. This is hard, gang. Damn it, I almost had that one. Hi, Fonda. Have I beat the high score yet? I swear to God.
Words are meaningless.
Okay. The hell is this? Fuck. What the fuck is going on?
Nothing feels real.
Yeah, okay. Dang it. Yes, hugs for all you cuties. Do I just have to keep playing this game forever? I'm sure I beat the high score by now.
Stop it. Get some help.
Nothing feels real.
What if I just don't revive? Yeah, stop it. Get some help. Do I have to keep playing? It won't let me. Okay, well, I guess I have to keep playing. Yeah, I fucking died. I got wrecked. Oh, finally. New high score! Beep beep!
Tisk tisk. You won. How
Oh.
irritating.
Oh,
Seems like I caught myself an even bigger fish. Your friend might be his choice for manipulation, but I'm having too much fun with you. I am moved by your desire to save him, and I will let him go. But in exchange, I need something in return. From you.
from me? What? Oh, where's Teddy? Oh, there he is. He's in the corner. He's right there. Over my shoulder. Right behind me. You can't see him. There he is. Did you see him?
No, 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 no. It wants me. It was supposed to be me. It wanted me. Why did you do this?
That scared you. I'm sorry, Faye.
Trapped in this thing. You can't get out. You'll never get out.
Yeah, it was close. It would have been so funny if it landed.
Ever.
What's gonna happen there?
You don't deserve this.
Oh, it's that weird symbol again. No, I warned you. Why did you fall for it now? No, it's already happening, right? What's supposed to happen? Oh, owl emoji. I'm so sorry I got you into this and you got me out. That song, that bird. That's all you're going to see. I failed. It shouldn't end like this. Man, I don't know what was in that brownie. I'm gonna kill that bird. All I can send are birds. Share brownie. Okay. You can have a bite. Bruh. My phone is just fucking deleting itself. Oh, I beat the game. There's several different endings, it looks like. You are erased from reality while Teddy is spared. Huh. Me and 63% of players managed to bring Teddy back from despair. You and 78% of players spent more than half of your life on eggs. You and 62% of players voted for pay to win in Flappy Bird's survey. You and 45% of players did not share Flappy Bird with all of your contacts. Oh, I tried to. I gave up though. You and 77% of players took Flappy Bird's subscription deal. You managed to save Teddy from despair, however taking Flappy Bird's subscription deal erases you from this reality. while Teddy is saved from the same fate. Is that what you intended? Simulacra has many Easter eggs and multiple endings. Play again and try for a different outcome. Thank you for playing. Did you enjoy the experience? Yeah, I did. Oh, it's taking me to the Steam page to do a review. Yeah, I don't want that right now. We'll skip the credits. Oh. Oh, is this an ad for the first game? Yeah, we'll skip that too. Alrighty, well that was Simulacra Pipe Dreams. Short game, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was really good. It's a free game, so if you've played the first one and you enjoy it, well, you don't even need to play the first one to play this. But they're very similar, and I enjoyed it. Good spooks. It was a fun time. But yeah, I think that's gonna be all for me today. So I'm gonna quit the game and play some music, and we'll switch over to an ending scene. Okie dokie. Hold on one sec. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I had a really good time, and I hope y'all did too. Yeah, that was really fun. Spooky too. So thank you for joining me for the spooks and being so brave with me. Yeah, let's go do a raid. Oh shoot, the raffle. Yes, I did hit 5 subs. We're gonna do a raffle before we do a raid. Where is it? Okay, I can never find it. Oh. Okay, I'm just getting it set up here. Start giveaway. There you go. Type !wow to enter if you'd like a chance to win one free emote from me. All right, Faye, you are in the draw. Yip beep. Demo's in. You have 5 minutes to do this, so we're gonna hang out for a bit. We hang out for a bit. Yip beep. Wow.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
Hi, Vsauce Michael. He didn't scare me this time. Wow. Thank you for the reminder to do the raffle, by the way. I definitely would have forgotten. If I did forget though, I would have held it next stream, but I don't know when that's gonna be, so. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the head pats, Faye. Thank you, thank you. Gorp? Oh, my titties. That was a good spot. Did you see my titties? I've been perceived. Oh no. Oh no! Mm-hmm. I am being perceived. No! Yeah, I hope everyone had fun with me today. I had a good time playing that game. Got several achievements too. Belly. Yes. Hold on. Hold on. We do a little dance. Yeah, it was fun to hang out. I had a really good time. Hee. Um. Yeah, I'm gonna play some more horror games in the future. Should I tell you what's up next? Besides Simulacra 2 and 3? I do own those, and I'm going to play them eventually. But yeah, I'll tell you, whatever. I have another game called Andy's Apple Farm that we're gonna play. It's another shorter horror game. Yeah, there's this wasn't even the second. There's Simulacra, Simulacra Pipe Dreams, Simulacra 2, and then Simulacra 3. So there's 4 games. Yeah, so I don't get Simulacra'd out. I'm gonna be playing Andy's Apple Farm next. It's a short little indie horror game that I know very little about. I saw another streamer playing it, so yeah, I'm excited for that one. Also, 30 seconds left in the giveaway. Type exclamation point, wow, if you'd like a chance to win a free emote from me. Wow, 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 wow. Three, two, one. Faye, congratulations. Yippee! Yippee! Congrats, Faye. I will write down that I owe you an emote, and we can talk about what you would like after stream. Oh, I can't spell. Perfect. All right, now we'll do a raid for someone. Yeah, congratulations, Faye. I can't wait to work with you some more. Yeah, for now, let's do a raid. I know who we're gonna raid. I already have them pulled up. Oh, they're on a BRB. Shoot. Hmm. Hmm. Who should I raid? Let's do this one. Of course, thank you so much for stopping by, Faye. I had a really good time, and it's always nice to see you, friend. Come on, Twitch. What is happening here? Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for coming to stream. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. Have a wonderful day. Remember to take care of yourself, drink some water, eat some food, take your pills, do anything else you need to do. And I'll see you next time. So take care, everyone. Have a great day. And bye-bye.